Not a concept, not a teaser, not a press release full of maybes. 4 real vehicles, 3 of them already on sale, one of them already outselling expectations in the toughest EV market on Earth. For years, the story was Chinese brands taking share point by point while Toyota stayed quiet, letting BYD and Xiaomi define what advanced was supposed to mean. This isn't Toyota being quiet anymore. One of these 4 just walked into BYD's home market and took over 3,000 orders in 60 minutes, in a country where foreign brands almost never win on Chinese buyers' own terms. Every number here is verified against actual manufacturer and industry reporting, not rumored except one, and we'll tell you exactly which one and why right when we get to it. Let's get into it. Number 4, Toyota RAV4 PHEV 2026. Start with the vehicle that didn't need to change anything and changed everything anyway. The RAV4 is the best-selling SUV in America, and for 2026, Toyota gave the plug-in hybrid version more power, more range, and a lower price all at once. 324 combined horsepower, up from 302. Standard all-wheel drive, 0 to 60 in around 5.4 seconds. Electric-only range jumps to 52 miles on the SE and XSE, trims more than the Kia Sportage PHEV's 33 miles, and the Nissan Rogue PHEV's 38, and with meaningfully better combined fuel economy than either. Why it's scaring the competition? Toyota dropped the starting price by roughly $3,300 to $42,950 while adding all of that. 4 trims cover the full range, from the SE up through the outdoorsy Woodland and sporty XSE to the GR Sport at $49,950 with retuned steering and Gazoo racing bodywork. Woodland and XSE trims now add DC fast charging too, taking a 10 to 80% top-up down to around 30 minutes when you do need to plug in. No charging cable required for most trips, a gas station fill-up in 3 minutes when you need one, and a nameplate with 25 years of hybrid engineering behind it. That's a hard target to undercut on price or trust. If you've made it this far, you clearly want the real numbers, not the hype. Hit like and subscribe so the next verified breakdown finds you first. Number 3, Toyota Hilux EV 2026. The Hilux has crossed deserts, survived being run over by Jeremy Clarkson on purpose, and sold over 27 million units across 9 decades. Now it's electric, and it's actually shipping first in Europe, with Australia and other markets following through 2026. Dual e-axles delivering permanent all-wheel drive, a 59.2 kilowatt-hour battery, instant torque from 0 revolutions per minute, and the same multi-terrain select system and 700mm weighting depth as the diesel version. The exterior wears Toyota's new Cyber Sumo design language, slim LED headlights linked by a light bar, sharper front-end styling, and inside, dual 12.3-inch screens sit alongside physical buttons for the climate controls and 4x4 hardware. So nothing critical is buried in a touchscreen menu. Why it's scaring the competition? It's Toyota's first ever body-on-frame electric vehicle, proving the platform that built the brand's reputation can go electric without losing off-road credibility. Worth being honest about the trade-off, WLTP range sits around 150 to 160 miles, and towing capacity drops significantly compared to the diesel, about 1,600 kilograms versus 3,500 kilograms. This isn't the long-haul, heavy-tow workhorse yet. It's the fleet and urban use answer, with the diesel and upcoming hydrogen versions still covering the rest of what Hilux buyers actually need. What's confirmed versus what's still a concept? 2 in, and both were verifiable on-sale vehicles with real pricing and real customers already driving them. That changes with the next one. The next vehicle previews where Toyota is headed, rather than confirming where it's already arrived. The specs are real industry reporting, sourced from credible outlets covering Toyota's roadmap. But they're still forecasts, not a finished spec sheet with a Toyota signature on it. Worth knowing the difference before the numbers get bigger, because the biggest number in this whole video belongs to a car that's already shipping, not one that's still a concept. Number 2, Toyota Land Cruiser EV 2026 previewed. 75 years of the Land Cruiser name crossing the Sahara, the Amazon, and the Himalayas without leaving a driver stranded. And for the anniversary, Toyota is previewing a full electric version based on the Land Cruiser SE concept, shown alongside an electric pickup concept as part of the same platform family. Industry reporting points to an initial range target above 450 miles, with a higher performance battery pack potentially pushing past 600 miles, and a later phase developed with Panasonic, using prismatic cells aimed at higher energy density and lower production cost than current packs. The concept moves to a unibody EV platform with a sloping roofline and aerodynamic proportions, a notable departure from the boxy utilitarian Land Cruisers of past decades, while still targeting 3-row seating and the low-speed crawling torque off-road drivers expect. Why it's scaring the competition? If Toyota lands anywhere close to those range numbers on a vehicle built for the same terrain, Range Rovers and Mercedes G-Wagons get stuck in. It directly challenges both on capability while carrying Toyota's reliability reputation into a segment those brands have never had to defend against. Worth being honest here, none of this is confirmed production spec yet. Toyota hasn't released official range, pricing, or a firm on-sale date. This is the one number in the whole video still marked expected, sourced from industry reporting rather than an official Toyota spec sheet. If you've stuck around for the number 1 spot, you're about to see the one that's already beating BYD at home. Hit like and subscribe so you don't miss what comes next. Number 1, Toyota BZ7 2026. Here's what actually happened. On March 30th, 2026, GAC Toyota launched the BZ7 in China. Within the first hour, it logged over 3,100 confirmed orders. Before launch day even arrived, pre-sale orders had already passed 10,000. This is a market where BYD leads, where Xiaomi has moved tens of thousands of orders in a single afternoon, where every possible advantage sits with the home team. Toyota walked in anyway. The BZ7 is a 5.13-meter full-size electric sedan, bigger than a Tesla Model S, starting around $21,500 with limited-time incentives, topping out near $29,000 across 5 trims. It runs Huawei's Drive 1 powertrain at 278 horsepower, CALBL-FP batteries, offering up to 710 kilometers of CLTC range on the top trim, and 3C fast charging that adds roughly 300 kilometers in 10 minutes. Why it's scaring the competition? The cabin runs Huawei's Harmony OS 5.0, it integrates with Xiaomi's smart home ecosystem, and uses a roof-mounted lidar system supporting nearly 50 ADAS functions across city and highway driving. Toyota didn't try to outbuild Chinese tech from scratch. It partnered with the same companies building it and undercut the market anyway. Inside, zero-gravity front seats with heating, cooling, and massage, a 15.6-inch floating touchscreen, a 27-inch head-up display, and a built-in refrigerator round out a cabin, built to compete on comfort as much as on price. Toyota also backs the battery with a free replacement guarantee if it degrades more than 10% within 2 years or 50,000 kilometers, the kind of warranty a company only offers when it trusts what it built. RAV4 PHEV for the buyer who wants the best-selling SUV to get better and cheaper at the same time. Hilux EV for the fleet buyer who needs the icon to go electric without losing what made it legendary, towing trade-off and all. Land Cruiser EV for the buyer betting Toyota can outrange the world's best luxury off-roaders once the specs are locked and confirmed. BZ7 for the buyer in the one market Toyota absolutely had to win, and just did, in the first 60 minutes. 3 of these are already real, sitting in dealerships with customers driving them home. 1 is still a promise. All 4 are aimed at the same target, and that target knows it now. Drive safe.